Hello friends, welcome to Coding Host YouTube channel. In this video, I will explain you part 2 of control statements, which is loop control statements. Loop control statements are the statements when we want to execute a part of a program multiple times. So we don't have to write that line multiple times. In this case, we will use loops. So let's take an example that this is a program of Hello World. When I run this program, so we are getting hello world printed once in our program, but what if I want to print hello world like 5 times? Then I have to write this single line 5 times, and it will take time to, and it will also increase the length of our program. And because it has more lines, it will take more time to execute too. So in this case, we will use loops in our program. So let's start with for loop. Let's see how we can use for loop in our program. So I am writing for here, and inside this, first I will make a variable and assign it starting value. So I am assigning 1. Then I have to give a condition that I will less than and equal to 5 and I plus plus, and we will use brackets, and inside this bracket I will paste this line here. So when I run this program, so we are getting hello world 5 times, and we don't have to write this line multiple times, and we can print hello world as multiple times as we want to. So let's see how this loop is working. So this is our initialization, that int I equal to 1. So starting value of I is 1. Then it will go here and check that if the I is less than or equal to 5, so 1 is less than 5, our condition is true, then it will go here and it will print hello world once. So whenever I is 1, it will print hello world once. So then we will go from here I plus plus, and value of I will increase by 1, so it will become 2. Now our loop will not go here because initialization takes place only once. After that, we only have to check our conditions and execute the statements inside it, and loop, and the value of variable increases or decreases. So now value of I has become 2, and here it will check that 2 is less than or equal to 5. So yes, 2 is less than 5, so our condition is true, and it will print hello world again. So we are getting hello world printed again. Now it will go here I plus plus, and value of 2 will become 3, and it will again check here that 3 is less than equal to 5. Yes, 3 is less than 5, so it will print hello world again here. Now value of I will become 4 here, 4 here. So it will again check that value of I is less than or equal to 5. Yes, value of I is less than 5, so it will print hello world again. So here we are printing hello world again. Now value of I will again increment, and it will become 5. So it will go here and check, yes, value of I is equal to 5. So yes, now it will go here and print hello world again. So next time 5 will become 6, and it will go here and it will check that 6 is not less than or equal to 5, so our condition is false, so it will not go here and the loop will exit it. So this is how for loop work. So we have to first initialize our variable, and then we have to pass a condition, and then we have to pass incrementer or decrementer, and inside it we will pass our functions that we want to execute. So this is how for loop work. So let's see how while loop work. I want to print counting from 1 to 10. So I am declaring a variable I equal to 1 outside the while loop, because first we have to declare a variable outside the while loop. Then we will write while here and pass our condition here, that while I is less than or equal to 10. So it will only work when value of I is less than or equal to 10, and then we will print our I. We can also print our I because I is a variable and we can pass its value here, and after that we will increment our value. So the only difference between for loop and while loop, that in a while loop we have to initialize our value variable outside the loop, but in for loop we initialize it inside the loop. One more important point is that when we know that how many times we want to re-execute our program, then we will use for loop. But when we don't know the exact iterations, that how many time function will execute, at this time we will use while loop or do while loop. So let's run this program. So you can see that we are getting countings from 1 to 10. So let's see how this is working. So I have declared a variable that int I equal to 1, and in while loop will check that I is less than equal to 10. Yes, 1 is less than 10, that it will, then it will go here and print I. Then value of I will increment by 1, so it has become 2. Now it will again go here and check that 2 is less than 10. Yes, so it will again print I and I plus plus, so 2 will become 3, and so on. It will go from 10, and when this is 10 it will again go up and check that 10 is equal to 10, so it will again print I, which is 10. But when it go here and 10 is become 11, and it will go and check that 11 is not less than or equal to 10, so our loop will exit from here. And this is how while loop work. We can also run our program in reverse. So let's say I am making a program for writing numbers in decreasing order, like from 10 to 1. So I will initialize 10 here, and I will change condition that I will greater than or equal to 1, and I minus minus. So when I run this program, so we are getting counting in reverse order. So let's see how this loop is working. So int I equal to 10, I is 10, it will go here and check that 10 is greater than 1. Yes, so it will go here and print I. Then I minus minus, 10 will become 9, and it will go again here and check that 9 is greater than 1. Yes, so it will again go here and print 9, and 9 will become 8 here, I minus minus, and it will again go up here and check that 8 is greater than 1, so it will go and print 8, and so on. And in the last, when I will become 1, so it will go here and check that 1 equal to 1, and it will again print I, which is 1. But when it again go here, it will check that 1 has become 0, and when it go here and check that 0 is not greater than and equal to 1, so this condition has become false, so this loop will not run anymore and it will exit. So this is how while loop work. So let's see what is a do while loop. So let's take an example again, that I want to print numbers from 1 to 10. So I will initialize I equal to 1 outside the loop. After it, we will write do here, and inside do we will print I, and after this we will write while I is less than or equal to 10, and we will increment the value of I here inside do. Let's see that how this loop is working and what is the difference between while loop and do while. So the major difference between while and do while that if our condition is false, then while will not run even once. But in case of a do while, it will run once because we are checking condition in the last of loop. So if I write 11 here and run this program, so we are getting 11 here, but after that it will check that 11 is less than or equal to 10. No, because 11 is not smaller than or equal to 10, so rest of loop will not run. So you can see that in case of do while loop, it will run even a single time, even the condition we have passed is false. But in case of while loop, it will not even run a single time when we pass the value which is giving false condition. So let's see how we can print numbers from 1 to 10. So when I run this program, so we are also getting numbers from 1 to 10. And now let's see how this program is working. So we have initialized int I equal to 1. So it will go here and it will simply print I, which is 1. I is 1, and in the next it will increment the value I and it will become 2, and after that here it will check the value of I. So 2 is less than 10, yes, true. So it will go again up here and print the value of I. So it will print 2 and it will again increment I. So I will become 3, and it will again check that 3 is less than 10, yes. So it will again go and print it. So next, so after that I will become 4 and 4 is less than 10, yes, true. So on, and in the last I will become 10. So 10 is equal to 10, it will again go here and print 10. But after that here I will become 11. So when it check here that 11 is not smaller than or equal to 10, so our condition has become false, so this loop will not execute more and it will exit. So this is how while and do while loop work. In while loop we pass the condition in the beginning of loop, but in the do while we pass it in the ending of our loop, and while loop will not run even a single time if our condition is false. But in case of do while, it will run at least one time. So this is all about loop control statements. Thank you.